Hi everyone. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday fun day for everyone. So I am here because I just finished walking my dogs about 10 minutes ago. And I was looking into, how to start this video. So it's like I went to a school in which they have a free zone bullying. And I said to myself, wow, this is really interesting. And I'm seeing it I'm seeing all over, internet too, where kids are starting to are faced with non-bullying in the school. And then I think that's a really good idea. But I think that bullying starts in the home. Like I am really, I really am, I really do believe that in order for your child to stop bullying other kids, parents should really stop bullying each other. And I think that's where that starts. If your child is, as a child is going through seeing their parents argue all the time, and one parent is always arguing with the other parent, or they're criticizing each other, and or they're criticizing, let's just say the child, and the child feels not worthy. And so, yeah, basically, I think that bullying really does start in the home. How you raise your children to be good kids is by encouraging them and motivating them to be good kids, and not only good kids to their siblings, but also good kids outside the home. And sometimes we don't realize that what we permit can be very, very damaging to your child as for their development mentally also as well. And so sometimes, we don't really realize it because, of course, we're busy with our careers, or we're busy with really, a lot of other responsibilities. And so it's very hard to, manage, especially if you have a lot of, if you have like more than one child, it's difficult to really, look out for each and every child. I mean, parents are parents, and we all make mistakes, right? And that's okay. But, never make excuses for your child for being a bully or for bullying another child. Let's get to the bottom of what is causing that child to act out on other children. And if they're acting out on other children, most likely they're having problems in the home that that parent is not realizing, or not discussing, or really is not really taking the time to sit down with their child, or that child, to really see what is the problem, what is really the issue as to why they're picking on other kids and why they are bullying. Bullying is not just in the schools, but also in the cyber world. And we all know that many kids go into the social media, and it's mostly because they can find an easy outlet to reach their, the one who is bullying. Usually can reach out to the the student that they're bullying. So we've all heard how many kids go on the internet and they chant, go kill yourself, or, we would do best without you, or we're not your friends, or you're ugly. And kids really, take that really seriously. And so parents don't realize, some parents don't realize that, it's really hard uh, for that child who's being bullied to be liked, or to communicate what is, why they go into the cyber, because probably they are not even being heard in their home. And so many take it to the social media, and and they find out that it's even worse when they get into the social media, because then it's just not one child, it's like a group of kids, and they're not really being very friendly. So, we have to take in consideration that those sides, free zone bullying is, it's really becoming a thing that teachers and principals are getting active on it, but we also, parents need to be active as well in the home, and really take a good look as to why your child is doing what that child is doing. And really, it really does start in the home. I mean, if you permit your child to bully, another child, or if you permit that child to, to hitting your, their brothers or sisters, and if you are the kind of parent that, expects more from your child and is very critique about how they are and how they act. Kids really look up to their parents, but also they look up to their parents for good advice, and they also look up to their parents so the parents can feel proud of them. And and it really does hurt when a parent doesn't acknowledge a child for what a, for what they're doing. And so that's what I'm trying to say. Bullying, it's just not about hitting and being picked on. Many of the times, a child who is a bully and a child who, starts up not liking kids who are totally different. And we've seen this, I mean, even on social media, where, another child is recording the bullying the other child who is totally different from that child. So I strongly think that those kinds of kids are taught as young kids to hate, and that hate is okay. And so, here am I, talking about this, and there could be a parent saying, well, F you. You're nobody to be telling me how I should raise your kid, how I should raise my kids. And so, yeah, I agree. I am no one to be, I'm the last person who should be saying how anyone should raise their child. You raise your child as you see fit, but remember, there always are going to be consequences to the things that your child does. And in the real world, unfortunately, it's not about detention time. It's not about, if you act up and you hate someone and you do a criminal act against another child or another person, it's going to be something that is not minor. It's going to be, a crime, and they can they can get arrested for it, and do time for it. And so it's time to, really analyze, do you want your child to grow up being a criminal? Why is it that, it's okay for that child to act up or act on how they feel, or, what is it that is triggering your child to act up and be violent against another child who's not doing anything towards them except that they are different? And so, we teach our child that, certain things that we say and certain things that we do and the behaviors that, that we express, that child will pick up on it, because, they are saying to themselves, this is okay. If my parent is doing it, they won't say anything because they are doing it. And so why shouldn't I? This is what I'm being taught, and this is how I handle things. And if I don't like someone, well, they're going to get bullied by me, and they're going to be punched in the face because they're different. And that's what my parents taught me. Bullying just doesn't start in school. And I strongly believe that it does not start in school. It actually starts in the home. And so if we want to end bullying, we have to end it in our home, and we have to really take strong measures. We have to take strong measures so that our kids don't repeat that outside the house. Because once that starts and they start going into the real world, you know, it's going to be a problem, because many people don't tolerate bullying. Many people do not tolerate that. There's a lot of things in this world that we are faced with, and many of them is racism, and many of it is, violence. And so we hear it all the time in the news. How do we end the violence towards, even young children? Because why? Because they're seeing that it is a behavior that is okay to do. And so once we start teaching our kids that that behavior is okay to do, they'll take it outside of the home and think that that is okay to bully another child, to really get on and punch a child or be violent and doing a violent act and think that they're going to get away with it. That's not how it happens in the real world. In the real world, if you don't, teach your child and reprimand that child, that behavior is not acceptable outside of the house or in the real world, then they'll start to realize that that behavior, has to end, or where does it end, and how can you make your child or that other child, even it could be the other way around. A child may be bullying your child. How to handle that? How can your child handle a bully? Many of the times, because if that child is being bullied and they try to defend themselves, then they are reprimanded for defending themselves. It becomes a very two-sided things. Like, how can you? Many of the times, that child tries to go up to a principal, tries to, try to tell a teacher, and they don't do anything about it, until that child is really gravely hospitalized and, gravely injured. And so, yeah, it's pretty good when it is free zone bullying, but free zone bullying also starts in the home. And for any parent who's seen this video, don't think that I'm trying to tell you how to raise your child, but try to take it as, as a suggestion, or try to take it as sharing this video to other parents who accept bullying from their child, or accepts that kind of behavior and think that it's okay. It's not okay. When you go against a child and you favor that behavior in the real world, when they go out there, they're not going to be favored by anyone. And just realize that they grow up and they move out, and you don't want to create a child that, when things are not to their liking, they start bullying other adults. When they become adults, that is exactly how they are going to act in adult world. They're going to start bullying other adults, and they're going to start bullying other adults in the working field. And so, yeah, we want to have good adults. We want to have kind adults. We want to have healthy adults in the society. We have enough hatred as it is. And so we don't need to create more hatred. We need to create peace, and we need to create healthy children in this generation, because many of the children today are not caring, and they're just do whatever they feel like it because they think they can get away with it. But that's not the real thing in the real world. I hope that you share this video. If you like this video, you like what I've said, please give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Share. Share is caring. Share this video for anyone who's going through bullying. You're not alone. You don't stand alone. Don't keep quiet. If you are suffering through bullying, and you have someone who is bullying you, whether you're an adult or whether you're a child, really seek out help. Don't stay quiet about it, okay? Everyone have a nice Sunday. Take care, and keep a smile, and be loving and caring to one another. Let's make 2019 a better year. Thank you, and have a great day.